and maybe it's really good for you to implement in project. So that's where I'm going through it. Okay, so let's say we have a development, we have quality, and we have production. Okay, in development we have two clients, 100 and 200. Okay, 100 is your config client. Okay, and 200 is your testing. And please interrupt me if something is not clear to you. Please stop me in between, so we will not go ahead blindly.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So in 100, whatever configuration, as I told you, functional, technical, code related, bodies, BAPIs, anything, you have to configure it in 100 client. And you never have any of your master data in this client. You never maintain anything except finance. So nothing specific to business partner. There will not be any business partner, not any material master, not any article master. No master data at all will be created in 100 client. Okay,
Okay.
master data.
So it won't have any connection to UI level if we create also.
Uh, no, we do have UI connection, but there is no master data at all. So the purpose of it is we just keep it specifically for configuration, and at the time of refresh client copies, it is most useful. Like we don't have to deal with configuration issues or any other challenges arising out of refresh or client copy. So that's the only purpose. We have two different clients within development. So one is purely configuration client where you don't have hold any master data, and second one is your testing. So whatever configurations you have done, let's say you identify some issues in production, you found out the missing configuration, you perform or execute or you maintain your missing configuration in your 100 config or 100 client with help of your TR from your tools, and you save your changes to your TR. Now, the next immediate step is to replicate or to move your changes from 100 to 200. So SAP is providing all the standard tools and technologies with which you can move your changes from 100 to 200 clients. So T code is SCC1. Okay. So SCC1 is a T code with which you can move your changes from 100 to 200, where all your master data is available. And now you will test everything. So are your changes working or not? So unit testing can be done if the configuration is in place. Integration testing can be done like end-to-end scenarios. If your change request is now working, is missing configuration now fixed? You don't need anything, and so on. So these are the things, and then you move your changes to quality. Okay, so from development to quality. In quality you perform your integration testing or user acceptance testing. Your customer performs your acceptance testing, and then once everything is approved, you move your changes to production. So that is the flow of any of configuration change in case of SAP. Okay,
Yeah. Mm, mm.
so is it clear?
Yes.
I will just write it down for you.
Yes. Swapnil, the
Facility.
same scenario I have handled in the last few weeks. So we
Mhm.
have a configuration mismatch with S4P and MCP, and that I have found that there are four fields for which one place it is mandatory and for the other place it is optional. So that because of that we are getting the errors for that field that it is mandatory and you are not filling it, and it's got failed. I found the way to find that misconfigurations, and developer did all the changes. But I wanted to know, in case there is new configuration mismatches comes in the other fields, or I need to check that in depth. So which T codes can help me, and which tables like we need to verify in these scenarios, because we are just onboarded the new project and it might be we have more configuration mismatches in the project.
Okay, and what issue it was related to? Like,
It was like related to the field, sales
mhm,
country.
mhm.
It is mandatory in S4P and optional in MC. Like maybe different opposite. So in MDG it is mandatory, and in S4P it is not mandatory. So while replicating, it is not getting in, and it shows that this is mandatory field and it is not filled in.
Uh, okay, in replication, it was not getting replicated, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So that we need to do the configuration changes, fix. You mean to say in sync, and after syncing that, it got resolved.
Okay, what fix have you performed? Like what
We
configuration
just
fix?
we did the sync between the both. So you can say, I'm not sure it's platform or MCP and S4P. We did the sync between those configurations.
Okay, so you might have hub deployment and some configuration was missing. And in case you don't have same config data, then you end up with failure because let's say in one server you are creating change request and you are replicating to other server where there is no configuration available. So say, from outbound of server one, it will be successful. From MDG outbound, it will be successful. But for target system, which is the receiver system, if no configuration is present, it will fail in inbound. So if it's type, we need to see which type of replication it is. Is it IDOC? It is SOA, or whatever it is. Like SOA is in web services, or there are other means of replication as well. And based on replication, we review our replication log.
Yeah, it is IDOC.
Okay, then there are T codes PD87 wherein you can see if your IDOC is failed, with what reason, what status message, and you can all immediately get to know what is a missing configuration, what is missing field data, or whatever it is, the error. There are n number of errors, lakhs or thousands or many more than that. So there can be any issue, and based on IDOC you can see what issue is there. You can fix it in development again, with the configuration TR. You can take it to production, deploy it to production, and then you can test it again.
Yeah. I used to face this kind of issue daily in data replication.
Yes, in
Mm,
support project,
mm,
data
mm,
replication, change required specific issues like CR is stuck, workflow specific issues. We are not able to process the change request. CR is assigned to some wrong users, or we are not. CR is end up in process errors after activation. So these kind of issues are most frequent. So it is pretty
mm,
many, uh, much common in support projects.
So
mm.
we will like work on the in depth for checking these tables and T codes, something like related to these. Is it in our scope? My question is basically.
I think it will come under last checking because data replication MDG last. If you have any help, you can come to me because I mean, like I know how to handle this kind of things.
Oh,
Because no, in my project, mm, I'm like my lead was there, but she said how to handle this, and now single alone handling. So I come to know after deep driving into this, where it is going wrong, everything. Just like we have to think and
Hello.
research it.
yeah.
Sorry, I was somehow not able to speak. I was speaking, but maybe I was on mute also. Not sure what
Yes.
happened. Okay, I
Yeah,
was saying,
okay.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
common. And as you were saying, Kirtana, we can
Mm,
discuss it in replication model
mm,
level.
mm,
So there we can discuss this in detail. But maybe
mm,
to
mm.
start with, we have started with our architecture, SAP architecture, SAP landscape, and now we have to move to actual SAP MDG. So till this, is it clear what SAP architecture is, what SAP landscape is to you?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
How TR movement work? Okay, perfect. Then we are good to go ahead. Then I'm sharing this presentation, a very short one which I have prepared, but is it visible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And and have you worked in both MNC as well as in product based?
Product based, I have not worked with. So Kirtana, it's actually out of your interest. In MNC or in service-based companies, you can work on different clients, different industries across the globe, different regions, and so on, depending
Mm,
on your offerings or depending on your organizations. In
okay.
product-based companies, you have to work with the same client, with same
Mm,
landscape, with same implementation, and say everything is a similar one. It's not changing over the time. So let's say you have
mm,
MDG at, so you are in PepsiCo, right? It's a
mm.
product-based company.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
no,
if it
I mean, I client was PepsiCo.
Okay, so
Mm,
okay, let
mm,
me just clear this difference for you. There are
mm,
two types of companies, service-based and product-based. In service-based, what you do usually like Accenture, Deloitte, EY, or
mm,
many more such
mm.
companies, what they do is they approach different customers. They do an RFP. They perform an RFP for their customers. Okay, these are the solutions we can implement for you. This is a request for proposal,
What
and
is
this is a
RFP?
request for proposal.
Okay. Okay.
So
Mm,
they go to customers and then they
mm,
help with their S4
mm,
HANA migration or SAP MDG installation in short. Okay, so this
mm,
is what is service-based companies. Once they win the contract, they will
mm.
implement MDG with their existing teams, and that's it. The project is finished. So once implemented,
Mm.
support can be continued or support with will be with some other vendor as well. So that
Okay.
is one part,
Mm,
and
mm,
this is with service-based companies. And the second part is your product-based companies. So product-based means you have your actual manufacturing or product that your company is delivering. Let's say a PepsiCo or your Tata, like Tata Automobile
mm.
or any manufacturing company, you can say Carraro and many more. So what they do is they have their manufacturing facilities there, and they have their SAP or they want to have SAP. So either you implement SAP for them or you support their SAP migration. There is some service provider there. Let's say for Accenture and Deloitte and any other companies implementing your project, even though you are a part of that product based company, some other vendor will be implementing and you are only supporting or you are giving your requirements to their SAP consultants. So in product based team or product based company, you might not get all the opportunities as a consultant. You can only be a mediator. You can have coordinate with the SAP consultants. You will be a mediator covering all the requirement scenarios, require all the business requirements, driving your project, reviewing if everything is on time or not, and likewise. So this is what
Mm,
you actually do in product-based companies, and
mm,
it's up to your interest, like whether you want to
mm.
work for long term in the same landscape. But there are some restrictions as well. If you are working in the same landscape, you might not learn many other new things. So
Yeah, yeah.
but
Okay,
in
okay.
service-based
Mm,
companies, let's say your one project is finished, you end up with
mm,
first, and then you start with second project. It can be of different industry, different geographic location, different implementation. In first
mm,
project, you might be deploying MDG in different way. In second, you might be deploying it in other way. So there are n number of possibilities. So
mm,
that's the basic difference, and it's up to your interest where you are working, product based or service based companies. And MNC or medium scale company, that makes no difference. MNC is doing the same work which other companies are doing. It's only the
mm.
type of companies, service based or product based. Is it clear?
Oh, okay, okay. Got it.
Okay, then moving next, let's start with few topics today. So introduction we have already covered, our individual introductions, SAP specific introduction, SAP landscapes, architecture, and everything is now done. uh, Coming to MDG, we have three topics to cover today: SAP MDG Architecture, SAP MDG Deployment Options, and SAP MDG Master Data Domains. Okay,
Okay.
give me just a minute. Uh, Give me just a minute or two. I need to take a
Yeah.
short break
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I can continue. I will be on mute for a minute or two.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we were with architecture, right? We started with MDG part now, and we are starting with MDG architecture.
Okay.
Okay, just a second. also set this up.
You will give this all the file in that our website, right?
Which
It's
one?
there.
We have our institute website, no? So you will drop your file, right?
Yes, yes. Aditi will coordinate with you on that. I will share with her. She will
Mm.
coordinate with you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So let's start with architecture. So SAP MDG, uh, it's a add-on component. So let me help you with how it is. Uh, Maybe we can explain very well with this whiteboard. So let's say you have an SAP S4 HANA layer. So you have your S4 system with you. Uh, Maybe let's name anything SPA, like production. Okay. So this is your S4 HANA layer. So how you install your MDG? Do you have any idea in your existing landscape? If you want to newly install MDG, what are the prerequisites? How can you install? What are the steps and everything? Have you have ever got a chance to work on this?
I
Like
never get. You go on, Kirtana. First.
uh, like I mean password reset. They will give some credentials to us, and we will get download it. That only you're asking, or
No, no, that's the one. That's when MDG is installed. That is available ready,
mm,
and then you just need to log in. But how
mm,
you actually enable MDG applications? Do you have
no,
any
no,
idea?
no.
Okay, then maybe let's start here with. So I just wanted to clear. Otherwise, I wouldn't have invested much time in this topic. So let's say you have your S4 HANA. Let's SPA instead of SPA. Let's S4. Let's have it only S4. Okay. This is your S4 instance. Okay. So within S4, you have everything, all your logistics modules installed. You have your materials management, production planning, sales and distribution, finance, of course. So you have your S4 HANA system already in your landscape. Now you decide to install SAP MDG. So you want to utilize SAP MDG functionality in your landscape. So how it is installed is SAP MDG is not a separate instance. Let's try to understand. It will be difficult at this moment, but try to understand it. So MDG is not a separate instance, but it is a add-on component. So within your S4, your MDG will only be an add-on component that you have to activate. Okay. So when any customer it pays the cost or license cost of SAP S4, you already subscribe to everything. You already have your logistics module, you have your transportation module, warehouse related modules, and everything in your S4. Same is with SAP MDG EWM and you have to activate these add-on components. Okay, so MDG is your add-on component over S4. So S4 is your core, S4 is your server, maybe your S4 HANA is your system, and over and above S4, you activate your master data governance system. Okay, so it's just an add-on component. It's not a separate instance. It's not like there is an S4 layer and then you activate MDG separately. Okay, so it's
Okay,
never a case. It never happens or it's not possible. Just keep this in mind. MDG is always installed over your existing S4 HANA landscapes. So just make this clear in your mind. So next steps will be very clear for you. And what it means for installing MDG. So as we discussed earlier, there are different layers, architectures. So there is a front end, there is a database layer, there is an application layer. So same way, we have different layers of SAP MDG that we actually need to install as an add-on component. And within MDG, if we consider, there are these three layers. Okay, so one is MDG application layer, which is processing. So same way we have SAP three tier architecture, we have MDG architecture as well. So One component is MDG. Just bear with me. I'm using whiteboard for the first time. So first one is your application. Next one is your front end. Not front end, sorry, foundation. MDG foundation. And last one is MDG UX. Okay. So there are these key components whenever you are installing MDG from software perspective or from software point of view. These are the key components. So SAP MDG application, SAP MDG foundation, and SAP MDG UX. So these are three components. They are a part of SAP S4 HANA installations, and there are different components which contains all these parts like application, foundation, and UX. So if you want to install MDG in your landscape, you have to install these three different instances: application, foundation, and UX, and then only all together, sorry, uh, all of this comprises of your MDG add-on. So this is your MDG, installing MDG over your S4. Okay, so once you install your MDG, then MDG screens or MDG navigations, MDG configurations will be visible and available for you in your existing landscape. If you don't have this MDG things installed, you never see any of your MDG transactions, MDG Fury tiles, or any of MDG configurations like MDG IMG, MDG IMC, MDC IMG, etc. Okay, so this is a prerequisite in any SAP MDG project. If you want to install MDG, you have to install all these three software components. So this is overall with MDG, like high level MDG components specific to software. Then coming to MDG functionalities. So within MDG, you are already working or you know MDG part. So I will be quick in this part. We have different data domains. Okay, we have MDG material master, we have MDG business partner. Within business partner, we have uh, MDG customer, MDG supplier, and we have MDG finance objects as well. Okay, so I will not list it down. Let's move to presentation again, and we can see. So within architecture, we have covered first point. So these are the key software components. If you want to install any of MDG in any of your S4 landscapes, so application, foundation, and UX, so these are main components to install. This is first part. Second one is to activate different functionalities. So by default, they are not activated. It's a part of your switch framework, and it provides you the function uh, what to say, a convenience of activating different components. So you can activate your MDG customers, suppliers, financial, material master, and it's not at all mandatory. Like for MDG, you have to go with everything. You can install only MDG customer, business partner customer, only business partner supplier. You can go ahead with only business partner. You can go with business partner and material master, or you can also go with only finance. So we have complete flexibility. So based on business requirement, there are number of clients, they only go with finance. There are some clients which only go with business partner, and there are also some clients which go with material master as well as business partner.
Mm.
Is it clear?
Yeah, clear. I have one doubt. Like you said, application foundation and UX layer, right? But at the starting of the starting, you said database.
Yes.
So where it is comes,
Database is with S4. So
so it won't part of MDG. Just you are fetching the
yes,
data from
it's
there.
anyway a part of S4, right? So MDG is using the same database. MDG don't have different database. MDG is using underlying S4 system specific database. MDG don't have its own database layer, a separate layer as such. It's using existing S4 HANA database. That's why the database doesn't comes in MDG.
Okay,
And that's
okay.
where I was like trying to mention MDG is not a separate component. Let's say we have this scenario, the one which I'm showing. This is not practical. This is never happening. But just for example, I'm demonstrating. Then in this case, if MDG is a separate instance, then you might need a database layer separately. But it
Mm,
never happens. MDG is only an add-on component over existing S4 system. So
okay.
that's why there is no database layer. Okay.
Mm.
I have a doubt here.
Yes,
Like
please.
for our systems, we have S4P and MCP. What I believe is MCP is the MDG system and S4 is the S4 HANA. So there is sometime replication issue in between, like whatever data in MDG is not present in S4P.
Mhm.
So if there is no different database, then how these differences we are seeing in our system?
We are coming to that yet. We haven't like it's the next
Oh,
topic maybe.
okay, okay, okay. Because I
So
am confused, because you said
uh,
na there is no
yes, yes,
database,
yes.
so that's why.
We'll cover in deployment. So in next slide is the same part only. So that's where
Oh,
I'm going slow. The first part is very crucial. If you understand this foundation in a very good way, next part will be not at all complicated. So you will be very clear with MDG concepts and foundations, and you won't face any challenges in understanding the concepts of or how SAP MDG works, replication, modeling, everything works. So that's why I'm giving more and more time to this. Okay.
Oh, MDG application for configuration, UX for Fury launchpad. What is MDG Foundation?
Foundation is all your configurations and MDG relevant activities. So you have all the different configurations. The way you configure your let's say configuration data in SAP S4 HANA, it's through SPRO, right? In
Mm,
SPRO, you do all your configuration. The same way, you have a different T code MDG IMG, wherein you do all your MDG specific configurations. And foundation
mm,
is a component which implements or which activates all your MDG specific configurations. So basically
okay.
MDG IMG, MDC IMG, and so on.
Okay, okay.
Clear?
Mm.
Okay. Now,
So
as we
application is for configuration and foundation is for activity.
know, application is just connecting front end, like foundation with your database layer and front end. So application
Okay,
is
okay.
processing layer, actual processing layer, backend layer.
It's a intermediate between information.
Yes, 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 intermediate layer, you can say. UX is your
Mm,
front end, UI, UX,
mm,
and
mm,
foundation is your core MDG functionalities to be activated.
mm. And
Okay.
another term can we say like application as an is a mapping.
Sorry, I haven't
Uh,
understood.
can we say like MDG application as an a mapping layer between
No, 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 no,
that is
not at all.
separate?
Not at all. Yeah. Mapping is totally different concept. So this is again a new concept or separate concept in MDG. And there are types
Mm,
of mapping again, key mapping, value mapping, and so on.
mm,
So
mm.
that's overall a separate concept. Just not we just should not mix it with this.
SMT mapping I was
That is also another topic. SMT mappings is also a different concept. These are very huge concepts. It's not like a small one. These are topics to say. So it's a different thing. We should not mix it. It's just
Mm,
software components. It's nothing specific. Okay, it's not
mm.
SMT mapping. It's not key mapping, value mapping. It's not doing anything. It's activating your MDG. Okay,
Okay, okay,
so just to give you an example, uh, MDG IMG is your configuration T code. Okay, so
okay,
if in your landscape, where is your fight put? Okay, if your MDG is not installed and let's say you only have your S4 HANA landscape. Okay, so
okay.
S4 and you put your T code MDG IMG and enter, then you
Mm,
will never navigate to that T code because MDG functionalities are not activated at all. So you cannot review
mm,
all the configurations with business partner, material master, financial, or any general settings as well. But
mm,
these software components are only add-on or maybe the part of this MDG add-on, and that activates your functionality of MDG. So it's not relating to any specific area or any part. It's activating your functionality. Okay.
okay, 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 okay. Mm,
Okay. Now to move next part or to move to next step, we just discussed that any of these functionalities can be activated individually, independent of other. Okay. So
mm,
you are not mandated to activate everything at once. So if you are taking MDG as your master data solution, you are not required to activate everything like material management, business partner, and finance. You can go ahead individually or you can select based on your requirement. Now, to have it, there are some business functions in SAP. Okay, to activate different master data domains. Let's take an example and then consider. So you want to activate SAP master data governance for business partner. Okay. So for business partner, there are different business functions. So MDG Bupa, let me just show you, highlight one by one. So there is one for business partner, one for customer. So you can see MDG ERP customer and one for ERP supplier. Okay. So if you want to activate your business partner data domain, you have to go to this transaction SFW5 and you have to activate all the business functions specific to business partner, which is Bupa, and business partner, supplier, and customer. And you need to also understand that business partner is a concept from S4. In older versions of SAP, we used to have customer master and supplier master, separate entities, right? Are you
Oh,
familiar?
yeah. Not familiar. Like I thought, and no, I mean, I thought like in BP contains both supplier and customer.
Your voice is breaking, I guess, for me.
No, we thought like the BP business partner
So,
contain both. Secondly, for you also facing same kind of
yes,
answer.
exactly. It's the S4 functionality.
So,
Okay.
yeah, but like what I have understanding is this every master data is itself a master data. It's not, like BP master data is the different, supplier is just different, material master is different, treasury may like something different in treasury. So every product, everything have their unique master data.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
And like so now
Exactly.
only.
And that's what it is. Let me just
Oh, so now only that customer and supplier both combined and came under business partner.
not now
Mm.
in S4 HANA. So you previously we used to have
Swapnil,
ECC
your
system.
voice is
Your voice is breaking. Something.
SAP ECC version. Okay, and now we are so in ECC. Okay, give me just a second. Let me just
Mm.
switch on network. Give me a
Okay.
second.
Okay. Mm.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Maybe some issue at my side. Okay, I was saying, no, it's not something which came recently. It's
Mm.
pretty old. Maybe you can take it as a homework for today. You need to learn about a business partner functionality and how what was the reason behind it and everything. So, and for now, to just give you an understanding, let me do it this way. So we have, okay, business partner at highest level. Okay, within business partner, we have different roles. So customer, and supplier. Okay,
Okay.
and within customer and supplier, you have different datas. So let's say general data, company code data. Then you have sales org specific data. Same is with supplier master. So you have general data, you have your company code data, you have purchasing org. Okay,
Mm.
so just take it as a homework. Initially, we only have this concept, customer and supplier master, and that too they were separate. In S4 HANA, what we have made or what SAP has proposed is a business partner concept. So there will only be one business partner with different roles, customer and supplier. Okay, so one business partner. So that term itself describes. So business partner. So within business, it is my partner for any organization. It can be a partner in different ways. It can be my customer, it can be my supplier, it can be my friend, or any other roles can be there. So it only a credit management company, and there are many roles as well in the business. So all these are roles. within business partner, and that will be your homework for today. So you just learn or maybe read through. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It's your activity or maybe a task for today, and we can then revise it tomorrow. If you have any doubts or questions, we can discuss it further. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
What is a
Oh,
BUPA?
BUPA.
Mm,
BUPA
BUPA.
is just naming for business partner. BU from business and PA from partner. So it's just initials
Okay,
taken
okay.
from business partner. That is
Yeah.
BUPA.
Mm.
It's just naming convention. That's all. So we should not name it so long. Business partner. So instead, only BU from business, PA from partners. That's it. It's not a.
we are
It's
checking
just
that
name.
in CRM4, right? And that Bupa thing is incoming inbound in CRM4, is it?
I don't understood your question. Can you please repeat, Jagandeep?
Yeah, I'm saying that
That
this
BUPA thing.
Bupa is in the CRM4, like ECC topic, or is it in S4 HANA also?
E- Uh,
Yes, for Anna. Like no, Jagan, it's
which
just a
ECC
short
top?
name.
Bupa, like, uh, is it like same in ECC and now in S4 HANA also? It's in the
Uh,
both system.
No.
no.
It's in S4 HANA. It was not same in ECC. In ECC, it was customer and supplier. That's what I'm saying. It's customer and supplier in ECC and business partner in S4. So you can just read through some articles. I will also try to share some articles to Aditi, and she will share it with you. You can read through it, or you can also Google it directly. What is business partner concept in S4? And you will get all the blogs from SAP. So if you read maybe one or two blogs, it will be very clear to you what business partner concept is. Okay.
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 Okay. And then
And
coming
and
back to my
in
point.
okay.
Mhm. Okay,
Uh,
let's cover this first, and then maybe we can cover questions. Otherwise, it will be difficult to learn this functionality.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, Okay, so we came till this system administrator will activate the switches. So I was explaining you, if you want to activate these functionalities individually, you have to go to this T code SFW5, and there are different business functions that you actually need to activate. So if you want to enable your business partner in MDG, you have to activate all these three business functions. So MDG BUPA underscore 5, MDG ERP underscore supplier 8, MDG ERP customer 7. The naming conventions are SAP standard. It's just like it's the name of this. It's not, there is no any logic or anything as such. Last digit is the version, and others are detail like the names of this business functions. So if you want to use business partner functionality in MDG, you have to activate these three functionalities: BUPA, supplier, and customer. If you want to use business partners in MDG, you have to activate MDG material. If you want to use financials, you have to activate SAP MDG financials. That's it. So these are the key functions, and based on your requirement, you have to activate these business functions in this T code. So you just need to navigate to this T code SFW5. You have to select it. These are all the multiple line items, and you have to select these line items. And there is one check button where you can activate these business functions. Usually, this is a task of a basis person. So the same person in your support project who is moving your TRs from quality to production, that same person from basis department, he will be activating all these business functions with this T code SFW5.
Okay.
And then this is also with SAP MDG architecture. Once you activate business function, then you are done with installation of SAP MDG. Now you have out of the box MDG, and then next step is to decide like your implementation approach, your source and target systems, your master data, your configuration data, uh, and so on. So this is what covers all your MDG architecture. Is it very clear to you?
Yeah, clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Moving next. This is also very important, deployment options. And there was one question, Jagandeep, from you, so maybe we can clarify it over here. Let's say, again, I need to move over here. Okay. There are two scenarios when you are implementing MDG. There are always two scenarios. One is your co-deployed implementation or co-deployed mode implementation approach, and one is your hub approach. Okay, this is really important. Please listen to this carefully, and if any questions, stop me immediately over here. We won't take questions at last. Feel free to interrupt over here.
Okay.
What co-deployed means? Okay, in SAP, let's have this SAP S4 HANA box. Okay, so this is your S4. You have implemented MDG as your add-on. Okay, and basically there are two types of data. One is all your master data. Master data comprises of your material master, your customer and supplier master, business partner master, finance master. Within finance, you have all your GL masters, cost center, profit center, cost element hierarchies, and many more. Okay, so this is all your master data. Then second part is your configuration data. Okay, which is your config data. So all your customizations. The data which you are actually reusing. So account types, account groups, industry sectors, everything. So that is your configuration data. And the third is your transactional data. Transactional data is your purchase orders, sales orders, production orders, and many more. Is it clear?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. In MDG co-deployed or in co-deployed approach, your configuration data, okay, so config data and your transaction data, okay, it lies into the same ERP system. Okay, so all your configurations as well as your transactions are underlying in same S4 HANA system. Okay, so there is no separate system for transaction data. And this is what co-deployed means. So you have your S4 layer. Over your S4, you have implemented MDG as add-on layer, and in the same layer, you have everything. So it's a one setup. Within one client, you have everything: your S4, your MDG, and your master data as well as your transactional data. So what happens is when you create any master data within MDG, so it is first created in MDG with the in the form of change request. So any master data will be created in MDG in the form of change request, will first be created in MDG and in the form of change request. So once you create a change request, there is specific approval flow or approval process. And once you activate your change request, that data, master data, goes into your underlying ERP system, which is S4 system. So ERP is our S4 system. Okay. So once you activate any of CR, let's say you have created a new material request, you want to create a new material from MDG, you created a change request, you give all your input. I'm going through this because you are already in MDG and you know the change request concept, but we'll also discuss it in detail. But for now, just try to understand the functionality. So you create a change request, you put in all details of material master, and then you submit your change request. Then there is one approver who will review everything. If everything is okay, he will simply activate the change request, and after activating, your data will be updated from MDG to S4. Okay. And in S4 for material master, there are different tables. For material, let's say for general level, it's a Mara. For plant level, it's Mark. For storage location, it is MARD. For others description, it's MAKT and so on. So there are many tables specific to MD, like material master in S4. And once you activate your data, your change request or will be activated. Data will be updated in S4 backend tables, which is Mara, Marci, and Mardi. This is your co-deployed approach. Okay,
Mhm.
is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Now, first thing is your data is updated in this S4. You might have some possibility that you are using two different systems. So let's say you consider a Tata as a group. and you have two different S4 systems, one for automobile, let's say one for our regular vehicles, fuel based, consumption based, petrol and diesel, and one for electronics. Okay, so let's say this complete S4 system is for your fuel, petrol and diesel based vehicles. And then you have one more S4 layer, which is only for electric vehicles. Okay, then MDG is only installed on one instance, which is your central governance, which is this one, S4. Okay, and another S4 is only for electric vehicles. Let me just put it electric, not to confuse. And once you update your master data over here in S4, you need also to replicate your data over here. Okay,
Mm.
then you put in middle, you have an replication model, RM, we'll just write in short. And with the help of replication model, you replicate your data from this system to this system. Okay, and let's put this as instance A and instance B. So you replicate your data from A to B with the help of a replication model. So this is all a co-deployed approach. Co-deployed means all your configuration and transaction data is in your same landscape. Okay,
Mhm.
first thing, it is in your same landscape, and additionally you also have some target systems wherein you are replicating your data. So that's co-deployed approach. Till this, is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, then moving to hub, let's keep this partition. For hub, again you have MDG installed over here. Okay, so this is your S4 layer and this is your MDG. So this is by default. This will never change. So you will always have your MDG as an add-on component on your S4. So this is very clear. This we made clear in very first slide itself. Now, what is the difference between co-deployed and hub? In this case of hub deployment, we only have configuration data. So to say customizing data in S4, we never have our operational data, which is transactional data in the same system. We have two different systems. In hub we always have two different systems, minimum two, maximum there can be any. So let's take here 3 to 4 examples. So let's take A, maybe let's take this as B, then we have C, we have D. This is your A. Okay, so this is an architecture or this is a hub approach. What it implies is you have S4 or you have S4 layer over which you have implemented your MDG as an add-on, and now you have activated MDG functions. But in hub deployment, you will only deal with MDG part over this S4. You will not use any underlying functionalities of S4 like MM, BP, finance, or anything. This server will purely use for MDG. There will not be any use of S4. For S4 specific part, you have different servers. So these all are S4. Let me just clarify it again. So these all are S4 and other are these are just names B, C, and D. These are S4 servers. So what happens is these are all the transactional or operational ERPs. B, C, and D, and MDG, which is A, it is your configuration or it is your centrally governed ERP only for MDG. What happens in this is there will only be a master data created over here, and we can decide which master data to replicate. So maybe you can replicate only material master over here, MM master data to the system B. You can replicate MM and BP master data to C, and you can replicate only finance master data to your D. Okay,
Mm.
but you never have your configuration data over here, like operational data, not configuration, transactional data. Whatever the finance specific transactions are there, it will be over here in D. Okay, in this ERP. Whatever your business partner specific or materials management specific. For maybe to be more clear, for MM specific, it will be a purchase order, production order, sales order. With business partner, again, it's the same, like all the orders with specific business partners. So if you have any transactions, you will have these transactions only in C. And again, you will have some different transactions in B, but you will never have any of your transactions in this MDG layer. You will only have your transactions in this subsequent ERPs, and all your master data and configuration data will be here in MDG server A. This is the
Mm.
only difference. So this is transactions in co-deployed way. You have all your transactional data or operational data in the same S4 layer where you have your MDG. But in case of Hub, you have a separate instance for MDG, which is purely for MDG purpose. You don't have any dependency on S4. And for S4, you have separate instances wherein you can have your operational data, which is your transactional data. You can have all your operations performed in these systems. Till this, is it clear?
Yeah, clear. Like I have doubt in core deployment, we have a BS for HANA system, right? So whatever there in A, we just replicate to B. So we no need to do any configuration, any changes in B. Just uh, like what is then why we have B?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm coming to that part now. Like we will differentiate why there are these differences and why there are these two different approaches. But from functionality point of view, are you clear? There is only a difference of this operational or transactional data. That's it.
Mm, okay.
Okay. Now coming to your question. Uh, it's from you, right?
Yeah.
Kirtana?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry. Why we have these differences is, let me go one by one. If you have all your master data, like transactional data, operational data, which is your transactional, all the transactional data in same system, and you are using, let's say, MDG version 2018 or S4 version 2018.
Okay.
You know about SAP versions, right?
No. So,
Okay.
not that much.
SAP has different versions. SAP is coming up with latest version every year. So we have 2018, 2019, 2101, 20, like we have there are many versions of SAP. Maybe this is like generic SAP functionality. Maybe you can read about it. That can also be a part of your homework. But let's say it's like you are using Android. You have used Android phone, right? Both
Mm,
of you.
yeah.
So
Yes.
there are Android versions to it. So
Mm.
previously it was Android 10, 11, 13, 14. So recently we have Android 14, I guess. It's 14 or something like that. Let's say same way you have these versions 18, 19, 20. You are on SAP version 18 and you are using co-deployed way. So everything in the same instance, all your configuration data, master data, transactional data, everything. And then you have to migrate to your new version, which is 20.
Mm,
Okay, from 18 to 20. If you want to migrate or upgrade your existing, it's not a migrate, sorry, let's use exact words. If you want to upgrade from 18 to 20, it will be a big challenge. It will be a big mess. Okay, because you are not only concerned with MDG, you have everything in your S4 as well. So if you only want to update MDG, you cannot do it. You have to consider the underlying S4 system. There is a dependency. So let's say if you want to use latest functionalities from version 20, and that's why you want to upgrade to MDG, you cannot go ahead with upgrade directly. You have to review all the dependencies. There can be a dependencies with materials management, can be dependencies with production planning, there can be dependencies with finance, can be dependencies with CRM, and many other technologies within SAP. Okay,
mm,
so that is a big challenge in co-deployed way. So you cannot simply decide when you want to upgrade over here, even if you know, okay, in latest MDG functionalities or in version, there are many new functionalities which are useful or beneficial to you, and you still have to analyze and investigate all the efforts or all the dependencies. So it's not an independent approach of upgrade. So that is the most important reason. And
Mm.
if you want to upgrade MDG, you have to see all the S4 systems. And maybe I will not go in detail, but the efforts in required to analyze this are huge. It's not like maybe a few days or few weeks and so on. It's months. It's not very easy. You have to reach out to each and every team: basis, MM, PP, finance, SRM, logistics, EWM, TM, everything, every team. And then there might be some dependencies. Few functionalities will work, few functionalities will not, some functionalities will differ. Let's say some guy will say, okay, I don't want to upgrade, I want to stay with the same version, we don't have any benefits. EWM guy can say there are some challenges for us if we are upgrading. Then there comes some dependencies and it's a bit challenging. Okay, it's not
Mm.
easy to upgrade. So even if you want to upgrade, there are benefits, you cannot go ahead. Okay,
Okay.
so this
Yeah.
is a major challenge. That's but there is one benefit as well. So there is one challenge and one benefit. So can you guess what is the benefit out of it?
Maybe if we upgrade means like Android, we have a fast, we have a speed. Maybe in S4 and also it will be we have a speed that time consuming. We have some functionalities. We had on functionalities maybe.
Yes, we do
We
have.
have.
Anything else that you can think of?
I believe new functionality will be add on in there.
Yes, that will be also a case, but maybe I will come to it directly. Cost. So cost is most important.
Mm.
Let's say you are managing everything on one instance. You're always paying low cost, right? You don't have to invest in these many systems. Having one instance of S4 HANA cost so heavy. The licenses of these systems are very heavy, which SAP is charging, and also the maintenance is there. So it's not like you just take it, you have to maintain it as well. So cost incurred is very high if you are having multiple scenarios or multiple instances. In case of co-deployed, your cost is very low. Cost associated. You have to maintain only one server. You have to pay for only one instance. Getting my point?
Mm.
Yes.
So it's a
Yeah.
cost benefit, but with certain limitations. And this is the upgrade is only one limitation which I have informed. There is one other limitation as well. Like you cannot install or you cannot go with co-deployed way in case you are using SRM. So if you are using SRM, SRM is supplier relationship management. It is also one of a tool like SAP MDG. So if SRM is there in your underlying S4 layer, you cannot go with co-deployed. These two functionalities are not working together. So you can
Okay.
only have SRM in hub deployment. So you can have SRM in your B, C, or D, and then you can use MDG over A. But if you have MDG in your A, you cannot use SRM over here in A, or vice versa. If you have your SRM, you cannot use MDG.
Why?
What?
Why?
It's standard SAP logic. So these logics are built differently. These cannot be integrated together.
Okay.
So there is no such a reason as such. It's SAP standard. It is what it
Mhm.
is. Like there are no such reasons or so.
Mm.
Okay. Is
Okay.
till this is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So one advantage of having co-deployed is a cost. Most beneficial way or most benefit out of co-deployed is a cost only. Cost is a main thing, and there are limitations like upgrade dependencies,
Mm.
then this SRM or other dependencies, and so on. So this is something which is a co-deployed way. And then moving to hub. Let's now consider hub. Let's come out of co-deployed. Now we are moving to hub. Let's say here again you have a same requirement. You have hub deployment, and you see you are on a version 8 or maybe 18, you want to upgrade to 20, and you see there are benefits, you go ahead directly. You don't need to consider any dependencies. So it's an independent approach. You have MDG in your specific landscape, or you have a single instance of MDG. There is no dependency on EWM, TM, SRM, CRM, or any other tool of SAP. So if you want, you can upgrade MDG directly, or it's not only MDG, maybe the whole S4 layer. So you cannot only upgrade MDG. You never update MDG alone. You upgrade with underlying S4 layer. So S4 layer will be upgraded to some version, and then MDG foundation and application layers will be upgraded to some versions. Okay. In next sections, we'll be reviewing our system directly. You can see also the versions what are there, but try to understand it here. So you can directly upgrade it, irrespective of B, C, and D. These three systems can remain on the 18 version. There will
Mm,
not be any impact. Getting my
Okay.
point?
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
This is most important benefit of this. Now,
I think like
moving
it
to
is
next
giving
benefit.
them. I think it
Sorry.
is like giving them freedom to choose their version and they wanted to upgrade or not, but they can
Mhm.
also get the benefit of MDG with the different support.
Exactly. Exactly. Now you are getting my point. So this is the most basic difference why people need to define which approach they want to go ahead with, either co-deployed or hub. So that is the major difference. And in this case, you can simply go ahead with upgrade without any dependencies on any other systems. It's an independent approach, and you can best utilize MDG for your landscape for your customer.
Mm,
SAP always suggests to go ahead with hub in case you are okay with the cost. But the challenge here is with cost. So even if you don't have, let's say, these three different systems and you go ahead with hub, even though you have to maintain two different systems, one for MDG and one for your transactional data or operational data. So you have to maintain two different systems. You have to keep both of the systems active. You have to pay the double licenses cost. You have to have system refresh configurations and everything. And this was the most important part. Now there is one more aspect to this. But is it clear with the first part? Then I can move to the second.
Yes, this is clear.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then
Yeah,
now coming back to
like
code deployed, there is
okay, upgrade is okay, fine, but what about this core deployment B? So whatever data in A, we are just moving into B. That's it.
that now I'm coming to this. That's why I highlighted this config part.
Okay,
You're
okay,
getting really good questions. Like that's why I'm going with sequence. Okay.
okay, okay.
Coming to configuration. So let's say you are creating materials, you are creating business partners, you are creating finance objects, but you have your configurations, SPRO configurations in place, and then only you can create your materials, right? So let's say you go to create
Mm,
change request, you can see the F4 options for everything, for material type, for material groups, for external material groups, and everything, and so on, industry sector, right? So these configurations of your master data, all these configurations are defined in your underlying S4 systems, which MDG is reusing. Okay.
okay,
In co-deployed way, you don't have to perform configurations in multiple clients. Let's keep this B at the moment. Let's consider you have only A. Then you have all your configuration data in your underlying S4 system and you can utilize it directly. You can reuse it over here in MDG directly. You don't have to perform your or configure everything in multiple places. That is the second aspect of this difference or second most important difference in hub and co-deployed. So the configurations are already there in underlying S4 system. You just need to utilize it. And in case there is an additional system, the configurations needs to be maintained over here as well as over here. So let's let's assume there is a material type created in B. Okay, XYZ material type, and that material type you have not configured over here in as this one A, where your MDG is implemented as add-on. And if you go on with MDG to create a material with that material type XYZ, you will never be able to create it. You won't get that material type because it is that material type is in the configuration of this B system, but not in A.
Correct.
mm,
Got it. Yes.
Getting?
okay,
So this is also an important aspect. If you are having co-deployed approach, you have to maintain your configuration data. Whatever the target systems are there, you have to maintain your uh, configuration data in both of the systems. Then only you can use it. If it's available in either system, or it's a vice versa. Just make it clear. It's not only if it's not available in B, not available in A or B. Let's take the other case. Let's say you have your configuration data in A, but not in B. Then A, you have MDG. On A, you have MDG system. So you will be able to create your change request. Your material will be created with XYZ. Everything will be successful. These tables will be upgraded. But when you go with replication, with this replication model, it will fail. The IDOC will fail. It will never be able to create that material in this B system because configuration data is missing over here.
Mm.
It's a vice versa. So you have to maintain your configuration data in both of the systems. Getting?
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
getting like Swapnil, I am confused like which setup my company is using. Sometime I believe it is hub and sometime I believe it is co-deployed. So how
For
can I
you,
identify?
Yeah,
uh,
even
you can.
even from
Uh,
my side, same question.
okay. Just a minute. Let me come to it. Uh, Before that, maybe just clarify this, or maybe go with hub, and then I can answer your question. So you can yourself answer me. What is your system? Okay.
Mm.
Uh, this part is clear, right? Configuration data part.
And
Yes.
one question, Sapnil, like SPRO is fully S4HANA, no? Like it is
Yes.
not with the
SPRO
MDG.
is no, you can still MDG is also there in S4HANA in other
Mm,
components, but
mm,
there is a direct T code as well for MDG. So SPRO is a whole. It's not specific to S4. You have everything. You have Ariba, you have
mm,
success factors, you have S4, you are all the logistics of S4, EWM, TM, CRM, SRM, whatever it is. So
mm.
SPRO is a whole dictionary. So it's everything. It's not any specific thing. So it
Like
has any everything, but MDG is a sub part. So you don't need to go every time via S4 to SPRO to MDG. You can directly go to MDG with MDG IMG. You don't have to
Mm.
navigate with SPRO and then with other cross components and then MDG and so on. So you can directly go to MDG. So SPRO is a parent and MDG is a
Mm.
child. So
Mm.
SPRO is high level, and then it there same way we have business partner as a header, and then customer and supplier as a roles to business partner. Same way we have SPRO as a main config guide, and then where there are different configurations: EWM, TM, MDG,
Mm.
SRM, CRM, and so on. Okay.
Okay, so whatever that the entity attributes will be there, no, some attribute will be there in S4 and some will be in MDG. So you
Yes.
mean is that?
Uh, Attributes meaning what? What attributes are you saying?
No, like suppose if you take a purchasing group, okay, purchasing group
Mhm.
for under material it will come, right? So we
Yes.
will go to SPRO path and we will navigate via path and we will make changes. So it will
Yes.
reflect in SC60N table.
Yes.
So is there so if we want to use that value also we can use in UI. So like in between how this connections and all that.
Yes. The purchase group which you are saying, which you can see in SC69 table, it is in your S4 underlying S4 layer, and MDG
Mm.
is installed on top of your underlying S4 layer, which is reusing S4 configurations.
Okay. Mm.
So always configuration data is in your S4, which MDG is reusing.
Mm. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
And then
and so like if during upgradation, no, like if you do configuration, will it impact or it won't make it won't impact?
configuration will not impact. If there are changes with that node, let's say the purchase group, you are only configuring purchase group name and number, and then in
Mm.
upgraded version, you need to also modify any other field, let's say name, number, and details. Then
Mm.
it will impact. It depends on functionalities. Or usually configuration is not impacted because SAP is having frequent updates, and nobody or no customer would like to review configurations every time. So the
Mm.
functionalities are upgraded, not the configuration or transactions or anything like that.
Okay, okay. Mm.
So SAP takes care of this every time.
Okay.
Okay. Then moving to the hub part, it's the same thing. So in hub, it is more challenging. Okay. In co-deployed, you have challenge only with synchronizing your config data within A to B. In case of hub deployment, you have to synchronize all your configuration data from B, C, and D to A. So A must have all the configuration data which we have in B, C, and D instances, all these S4 instances, because MDG is a central governance, central governing system, and that's where we need all the configuration data. So let's say you want to replicate material master data, you want to create materials in MDG, you want to have all the configuration data for material master, let's say purchase group, material type, material specific configure, MRP types, and everything, all the types of configuration of material from B will must be available to A. Okay. So if you want to configure anything new, you have to configure it in B as well as in A. Same is with C. If you want to configure some business partner data or some business partner configurations, some new account groups, some new configurations of business partner, new company code, new purchasing organization, new sales organization, you have to configure it in C as well as in A. Okay, it's not only in C. Same is with D, with finance. So in Hub, it is the maintenance is most important and it's bit complex. So this is a major difference. The second major difference, the upgrade and the configuration data. Cost is only one of the parameter, but these two are the major differences, like maintaining a system and upgrading a system. Then is this difference pretty clear to you? Co deployed and Hub.
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to your questions, how to identify, right? What major difference which I told you in co-deployed and Hub is your operational or transactional data. Let's say in MDG, where you create your material master, let's say that instance is A with client 100. Okay, so you create your material in A client and 100, A server with 100 client, A instance with 100 client, and you also create your purchase order in the same client, purchase order or sales order or production order or any your transactional data. Okay, then
Mm.
you are with co-deployed approach. You are having co-deployed approach in your existing customer.
Okay.
And let's say you create your material in a 100 landscape or 100 client with a server, and you create your purchase order in B. You create your sales order in C, and you create your financial order of financial any statements or anything in D, GLs or any other datas and everything. So FI, let's write FI. Then you have hub deployment because your operational or transactional data is not in your MDG system. It is in other S4 systems which are connected to your MDG system. So your master data is governed in your MDG system. It is replicated through different replication models to different systems, and you are performing your transactions, day-to-day transactions in your underlying S4 systems. So all your day-to-day purchase order in SAP systems, it's not like one or two, it's thousands of purchase orders are created on monthly basis or weekly basis, or maybe more than that. If it's a huge organization, there are many more. Thousands of production orders are created. Thousands of sales orders are created on a weekly basis. So these orders are created in different instances. So that's where you can identify. Maybe now, can you answer? Are you creating everything in the same environment, or it's in a different environment?
For me, I think it is the hub deployment because like we have contract and contacts in different system. We have BP level BP in the different system, GL in the different systems. So I think my system is
Exactly.
hub deployed, but the confusion which I have is only about the configuration. You are saying in code deployment. I don't know how it is in my case, like why it is not in sync with the MDG and the core systems like the BCD, not configured with MDG in hub
It
deployment.
it is in sync,
Even
even if it's not manual way.
mm-hmm.
Yes,
My
yes.
question
Please go
is
ahead.
arises because you before said that like in BCD we already have the configuration, we are just utilizing it in the MDG and it should be
Yes,
in sync. Then there should not be confusion like why it's different in S4 MDG and in the different in the other
exactly.
system.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct, correct.
Uh, So the configuration present in B, let's go one by one. All the configuration present in B must be available in A. All the
Hmm.
configuration available in C must be available in A. And all the configuration available in D must be available in A. Only and only then configuration is available. You can create your materials, business partners, and finance object your MDG. If any of the configuration is missing, you will end up either in A itself or while replicating to B, C, or D. So configuration is in sync always. It's not like it's not available or anyway. And maybe to go with specific case, let's take B and C. Okay. There are different configurations for material master and there are different configurations for business partner. If you are only using material at B, you don't need to have any business partner configuration at B because you are not using at B. But
Mhm.
you are using it at C. Okay, so for business partner you have it at C and for MM you have it at B. Let's keep this MM. You don't have MM at C. Now B is for your materials management, material master, and C is for your business partner. Now B can only have materials master configuration. That is fine. C can only have your business partner configuration. That is totally fine because it's not using business partner. C is not using material master. But if you come to A is connected to all, right? A, B, and C, or B, C, and D. So
Swapnil, can I
A, you
interrupt here
must
for one?
yes, yes. Why
Yeah,
not?
actually, can you use the highlighter or something? Because while you are talking, I am not able to see your mouse cursor or something. There is something a highlighter function we can use.
Uh,
Pen.
okay, maybe in the presentation I have it somewhere here.
Because I can see the this whiteboard screen, and it is here in white screen board also. Um, there
This
is
one,
the third option, but I cannot see your cursor. Which one is
okay.
you
This one
selected?
is it fine? Red. Let me
I
just make it.
cannot see anything. Which one you are selecting?
The red I am selecting. Is it clear now? Can I see? Can you see my cursor?
No.
No,
Or maybe give me just a second. Give me just a second.
because when you are saying something, na, I am trying to find it where you are talking and not able to find it sometimes. I think you can
See.
find it
And
on this whiteboard only. You can just select these three dots, maybe there somewhere.
and Sapnil,
Okay, I
I
checked here.
think my client also using Hub only because we only manage master data. Transaction data will be the replication system. So there only in expose I mean there only they will do purchase of sales of. So
Okay, exactly. So it's clear to you. Maybe I will try to use this pencil as a highlighter. Let me laser
but
on.
for
Okay.
syncing purpose
Now is it
they
clear?
and for syncing purpose they will come to our system for maintenance.
Yes, exactly. So you have manual sync that if you are doing it manually, then you have manual sync in present. So I'll the next point. It's not like this configuration data you have over here. You always synchronize it in here. Let's say you create something newly in this B server in co-deployed way. Okay. So it's not mandatory that you also manually need to create it in A. There are some tools and technologies with which or with the help of which you can replicate these TRs. So once you done with the same TR can be reflected to A. So configuration done in B will automatically be available in A, and the same setup can be like implemented over here. So whatever configuration you perform at B, C, and D separately will all be implemented to A automatically. So there is one tool Solman, there are some custom tools, there are some semi-manual tools where part is automatic, part is manual. So with this, you can update the configuration directly from this target systems to your MDG system, the centrally governed system. And maybe let's now we have the laser pointer. So coming back to this configuration part, so
Like how it is
B
done
and
Okay,
C
yeah,
we
now
are
A
considering.
on Sapnil, like how it is from I mean from a B, C, D, how it come to A, it is
Uh,
getting
that
replicated. How the
yes, yes, yes. That
backside it
is
how it is replicated.
no. Let's not rush to so many things at once. It's a big topic, very big topic. You have to do a lot of configurations and integrations of different systems. There is a work of different consultants as well. So integration consultant, basis consultant, MDG consultant, and so on. So it's a big concept. We have all different topics. So for now, let's try to understand the concept for how is something we are describe or discussing in detail in that specific topic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But is it clear, or you want me to shortly discuss again, or how this B and C master data configuration is done? Can I go ahead once in short?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Let's consider in B system, you have only material master. So all the material specific configurations are done in B client. In C, you have only business partner. Then all the business partner specific configurations will be performed in C. Okay. Now, if you want to create a business partner, you will create it through MDG. If you want to create the material master, you will anyway create it through MDG. So, if you want to create any of this object, you must have this configuration data in A. Okay. If you want to create a material master, whatever configuration data is there in B, it must be available in A. Then only you will be able to create that material master from A. If you want to create a business partner for C, you must have all the configuration data from C in A. Then only you will be able to create and successfully replicate that master data. Okay. And now let's consider a strange case. Let's say you have all this configuration, material master configuration data in A, but not in B. And then you created a change request. As all your configuration data is available in A, you will be successfully creating your material master in your MDG system. But it will only be created in MDG system. When you try to replicate that material master through IDOC to your B, as there is no configuration data available in B, your IDOC will fail with error saying there is no entries maintained for configuration of missing part. Let's say material group is not maintained, industry sector is not maintained, or whatever it is, unit of measure is not maintained, etc. Clear?
Mm.
And
So
let's take
whatever
yeah,
we are doing the configuration, it has to be present in both the system.
exactly all the related systems. It must be available. And then let's take a vice versa case. So let's say you want to create a business partner. You want to create it through MDG only, and the configuration is available in C. But somehow you forgot or you missed that configuration or the integration failed, and you don't have that configuration at A. Then you will initiate your change request, but you will not be able to create your change request because you don't have the selection. If you don't have configuration, let's say for customer masters, the company codes, the sales organization, you won't be able to select that in your change request. And then if you don't have that data, how can you create your change request?
Mm.
That is why you must have your configuration data sync between these two and these two, and also this. Like, we are only discussing first two for now, but whatever target systems, and uh, maybe one more difference I will tell you. Which people or which customers go with co-deployed are the customers who have a limited scope. So they have only one system of S4, and they don't have a huge business, like they have only single business and they are doing the same business. Let's say Raymond is only in the clothing industry, so they are only in the clothing, they are not doing anything else. Okay. Raymond, the garment brand. So they will go with co-deployed. But let's take Tata Industries. So Tata, they are into so many industries. They are into automobile, they are into like FMGC, they are into supply chain, they are into IT consultancy. So they have different verticals, they have all the different units. So they will go with hub deployment because they will govern everything centrally, all the data, and let's say they will distribute it to the related departments. To FMGC will be B, automobile will be C, logistics will be D, and so on. So the customers, wherein you have a lot many ERPs or lot many divisions, they will go with hub deployment. So that is most beneficial. So it's not only upgrade and configuration, there is also customer. So cost is also important and customer landscape. So based on which you have to propose. And as a consultant, you Kirtana or Jagandeep or me, we have to suggest customer. So okay, if you are Raymond, you only have this short business, please go with co-deployed. You will save a cost, even though there will be a dependency of upgrade, but you will save cost and there will not be any maintenance of other systems. But if let's say you are a Tata and you have this huge business, then you will go, please go ahead with hub deployment because you will not have any dependency on each system. And even though you will pay a cost, but it will benefit you out of that cost because you have too many systems. And if you have everything in one, it will be a complex as well. Okay.
Mm, okay.
Okay. Then coming back to the slide. This is what SAP has given. So hub and co-deployed way. So in hub,
One more
there.
question here.
Mhm.
One more question, like it is related to hub deployment only. We have contacts, BP, and many more things, right? So
Mhm.
we have contract and contacts now in MDG. So we are also having our S4 system and we are using hub deployment. So we are using the different new system as in MDG. When we are onboarding the new project like treasury, we are now onboarding. So that time, what data we are moving into the MDG? Shall we moving only the master data into MDG, or just we are configuring everything and not moving anything, just maintaining that in MDG?
Master data and configuration data to be moved to MDG, and any transactional data with regards to your treasury will not be moved because treasury related data will be in your uh, related instance, maybe at D, at C or B, wherever you manage that treasury related orders.
Hmm. Okay, okay, clear, all clear.
And
Okay. And
Swapnil, and in my case, no, like whatever we do the change request, no, everything is happening in MDG. But if we replicate to other system, no, there it's saying like configuration is missing or data is missing. So is that hub or co
hub
deployed
deployment.
hub only?
Yes, it's hub deployment.
So in that case, A act as an MDG which I'm working, and CD and all
Yes,
separate
yes, yes, yes.
deprecation.
You have different instances. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. And now moving to the last part, we are close to the timing. So moving to the last part, master data domain. So this is only an introduction, nothing to discuss on this because you are already working on it. These are the standard listed MDG domains: material master, business partner, supplier and customer. Business partner is a one entity, and supplier and customer are parts of business partner. It's your homework for today. And then last is financial. So there are three data models basically: master data domains, material master, business partner, and finance. So this is out of the box delivered content from SAP. So this is something which we get out of the box. We don't need to configure anything additionally. Okay.
Which one we don't want to configure?
Uh, in MDG, uh, this is
All
specific
three.
to MDG. Let's say you have implemented MDG and you have activated all your business functions, this foundation, financial, Bupa, and material. Then you will get all these data models predefined. You don't need to configure your data models or do any additional
Mm,
configuration in MDG. This is out of the box. Out of the
okay.
box, what we say is when we implement, we get it directly. We don't need to do any additional efforts. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
And this is the last slide for today. So this is just describing out of the box delivery of our data models. So these three we discussed: financials, materials, and business partner. Business partner is only supplier and customer. Okay.
Mm.
And these three are out of the box. These two, enterprise asset management and RFM, retail and fashion management. So these two are lately out of the box, but these are custom built. This is not something which SAP has built, but these are the extensions by Utopia. So Utopia is one of the organizations which is specialized in SAP MDG, and they are only working on MDG projects or MDG technology. They they have created this custom data models, enterprise asset management, and retail and fashion management, and now they have uh, got so expert that these two verticals now SAP is delivering as a out of box. We can get it directly, but they are extensions by YouTube. Here you can see, so retail and
Hmm.
fashion management and your enterprise asset management, these are the extensions delivered by Utopia. And I guess Utopia is now bought, or maybe it's merged into some other company, so name is different, but you can search for it. And this
So then
data,
PepsiCo also will come under retail, right? So Topia data also they will use, no?
which data they will use.
I mean, PepsiCo, you know PepsiCo, right? So it is a
uh,
retail based company, right?
yes, yes, yes,
So they will use some whatever the Utopia bought,
yes,
no?
they should use, or they should not as well. It's not mandatory. If you are into retail, you are only using retail. It's not at all mandatory. You can also have some additional custom solution. So these three are by default delivered by SAP. These two are modified by Utopia, and there are, you can do anything as you want. So there is no restriction at all. SAP gives you scope for delivering
Mm.
or configuring custom data models, so custom entities. So if you don't want anything out of this, you want to manage complete different master data, you can again configure a different vertical with your expertise. Okay.
Okay.
So, and it's not mandatory. Let's say you want to, you're using materials. Okay. Materials are used by every organization. So it's not mandatory to use the same out of the box delivered material master model. You can enhance it. You can reuse existing one. You can modify it, or you can completely extend or customize it, even if it's a material only. So it's up to you, and you have to make a decisions. Okay, but maybe we can discuss it further in detail in each topic. But for now, these are standard delivered models. In finance, as I said, GL, structures, hierarchies, cost elements, and cost center, profit centers, companies, these parts come. In material, these are all the different types of data: general data, company code data, sales data, plant data, valuation data, quality and EN or GT in specific data. So these datas are there. In supplier and business customer, like business partner, we have the business partner data at first, then where we have different roles. And in the roles, we have supplier role and customer role. Within again supplier, we have all the different roles. So for business partner, it will be general data, bank data, tax data, and address data, so on. Again, with the business partner, customer, and supplier, we have general data, purchasing or sales organization data, and company code data, and so on. So these are all the different datas that we can actually manage through MDG, and this is only to demonstrate what SAP is delivering you out of the box. Okay.
Okay.
You can read through it. I will share it with you, and we
Mm.
have maybe two things to work on today. Uh, First one is business partner concept. Second one is this Utopia delivered models. And was there anything else we discussed, like you wanted to read about, or is it only this much?
I have one doubt.
Yes,
So
please.
I
like
SAP version.
yeah, Jigal.
No, I'm saying that one another topic Swapnil asked to read is SAP version.
Mhm. Okay, just the most important thing, Jagandeep. If you are in SAP, never ever call it SAP.
SAP.
Yes, just pronounce it SAP. uh, People might get it in interviews only because of this. If you are SAP consultant, you don't pronounce it SAP. Never. Just keep it
Okay.
in mind, both of you. So
Mhm.
it should be SAP. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
with SAP versions, you were saying.
Yeah, so we have three tasks to work around. So third task is SAP version, SAP
Ah,
version.
yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Thanks for reminding. So versions as well.
Yeah.
Maybe I can add just a new slide. So SAP versions, SAP business concept, and Utopia or SAP MDG box and delivered solutions. Okay, so these three are the tasks for
So
today.
okay, we have to perform too.
Yes, you have to
Mm,
perform, you have to
mm,
look for it, and tomorrow maybe we can discuss. So tomorrow again we can have a short recap and then
mm.
discussion of this, and then we can start with next steps. Is it okay?
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
okay.
Any questions for today?
Yeah,
Anything?
I
Yes.
have a doubt. In a business partner, no, like we have an sometime we will have a one company code sales org and company code purchase org, right? So I want to know like in this support project I came to know like this ST team will it will be working inside that sales org and people will be working another purchase org. So but we won't get all the details, like only the master data will be present in a purchase a business partner, but the transaction data is different, no?
Yes. Transactional data is different, and this maybe we can discuss further in the next session on detail, but
Mm,
there can be a way like some MDG guys, they can only maintain general level data. So maybe coming back over here. So, okay. In business partner, you can only maintain central data. The bank details can be maintained by S4 people like in C, D, or BC or DNA system. Tax number can be maintained in any of the system and so on. So in
mm.
your case, general data is what you are saying you are maintaining, and this company code, purchasing data or sales area data that other people are maintaining, you are saying, right?
No, no, no. I'm saying like in if we create a normal CR in our
Hmm.
Fury Launchpad, so we are
Okay.
filling both company code sales org in ERP customers. No, no, in ERP,
Mhm.
yeah, in the ERP supplier we will
Yes,
go for
ERP customers.
ERP
Purchasing supplier will go for purchasing organization.
purchasing under and company code. So
Yes.
we will have the section no like why it's linked each other, why this fields comes.
Definitely, yes. Maybe let's go with section or maybe what session we are covering. If you
Mm,
have any questions, just mark them with you or keep them
mm,
with you. And in the
mm,
specific sessions, you can ask anytime because
mm,
this is very, maybe we cannot relate both of you. If
mm.
like Kirtana, you have done few things already. You are into MDG for 2 years, so you know all this change request and all this details and everything. But for Jagandeep, it might be new. So better not to mix everything at once. Let's go
Yeah,
slow, and your questions can be asked in relevant sessions. This is a good one. I will explain you everything why you maintain it in
mm,
ERP customer and vendor, but you are used to it. For Jagandeep, it might be something new, and she may get confused. So let's not have it at the moment, and we'll see when what is the best time for it. But just keep it
mm.
noted somewhere, so we cannot we
Okay.
should not forget. Okay.
Okay, yeah.